Verbal Pick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. I'd like to welcome you all to the show. I want to read this because I'm currently doing research on the Cherokee Indians, and I stumbled across a letter that was written by a Cherokee preacher by the name of Thomas J. Meggs, who was a full-blooded Cherokee. And it starts, they talking about an Indian preacher and a female, she's telling the story. It says, by the name of Thomas J. Meggs, who was a full-blooded Cherokee, often spent days together at my father's house. He was a member of and a minister in the Methodist Church and appeared to be devoutly pious. He spoke English quite fluently for an Indian, but would not preach, pray, sing, or even ask a blessing in English. My father inquired of him why he did not, when praying among and for the whites, use their language. His reply was, and now they got him quoting, speaking a broken English. This is a Cherokee preacher. His reply was, the Pastor Paul say, no breach, no braid, and unknown languages. That it why I no do it. Meggs always, his name was Meggs. Meggs, they call him Meggs. Meggs always carried about with him one of Walker's dictionaries. I believe my father gave him the book. My father was anxious to know Meggs' opinion in reference to what are generally called Indian mounds. Meggs said, Cherokee no make 'em. They be here when Cherokee first come here. And this around Georgia area. Meggs be a boy then. They was, you gotta forgive this, it's broken English. They was under Indians here for Cherokee come here. They be much and they be mighty bigger than Cherokee. They be blacker than Cherokee. Cherokee and black Indians fight hard and fight long time. The Cherokee warriors do be gone to fight the black Indians and do leave Meg and the boy with squaws and Pekingese. Black Indians do come to kill squaw. Meg and boy and squaw, they all fight black Indians. Black Indians shoot Meggs in the arm. They shot him in the arm. That's the way Meg lost his arm. At last, Cherokee killed all the black Indians. They killed the warriors, they killed the squaws, and they killed the chillings and burned the towns, and then Cherokee take country from them. That's the way Cherokee gets this country. I expect that's the Indians that make them mounds. Meg's statement with regard to the black Indians was corroborated by Reverend Martin Sims, who was a missionary in 1822 through 23 to the Choctaw Indians. This aged missionary told the writer a few years since that he had often heard the oldest warriors among the Choctaw talk of a war against the big black Indians in which the Choctaw and Cherokees united and literally exterminated the black Indians. The Choctaw located the scene of the final battle at a town on the banks of the Big Warrior near the present site of Tuscaloosa. Yet remain a standing mystery to the whites. It is clear to ever thinking mind that they were erected by a nation much farther in advance in civilization than any of the Indian tribes known to the whites. They certainly date far back into the ages of antiquity and were erected as monuments of great victories or to commemorate the virtues of their renowned warriors. This was a mound on the bank of the Coosa on the farm of William McCoy, about 3 miles from Rose X Road, that presented one feature not commonly found connected with the mounds of Cherokee. Before the land was cleared for cultivation, there was a trench or ditch clearly perceivable. About 8 feet wide, it was traceable from the second bank of the river, running in a straight line west, then turning at right angles. It ran due south, then in a direct line back to the river. A poplar tree 10 feet in diameter grew in and on the ditch. In the center of the area enclosed by this trench, there was a mound 8 or 10 feet in height, covering about 1/2 acre of land. The trench enclosed about 4 acres. The second year McCoy cultivated the mound land. His plow struck an oil stone, breaking off a piece about 6 inches long. He then dug down and took out the remaining portion of the stone. It was octagon in shape, beautifully polished, and bore upon its surface an inscription which no one there, alas, could read. What a pity it was not sent to some museum. I have often thought that the stone in the hands of a scientist might have become the key to the mysterious history of Cherokee Indian mounds. So basically they saying that the big black Indian was already there before the Cherokee, and they was building mounds, and they've been there for antiquity. But when the Cherokee came and united with the Choctaw, they eliminated the black Indians. This is just to go to show you all that it's been a cover-up about blacks who are already here on this land. They even go into what they were calling the Moors, witches, in this story. And this is coming from the genealogy trails.com. You can find it. Let me scroll up and see. It's about Cherokee County, Alabama, reminiscences of early settlements. Cherokee County, Alabama, reminiscences of its early settlement. So this is telling you up in Alabama, and her family traveled to Georgia, but the mounds that was in the South in Alabama was built by black people. They called them the Big Black Indians, who fought with the Cherokee and the Choctaw. But some of the Cherokee took those Big Black Indians and had them as slaves. So this leads us to believe that in America, you did have slaves who came here from Africa. You had blacks that was already here. You had blacks that traveled here from the Middle East who was speaking Arabic, and they was also some of the Cherokee spoke Arabic. But during what they call slavery time, as one white historian was telling me, that the whites didn't care about the difference between the different types of black people that was in America. They just enslaved them all. And it goes to show you today, we try to make differences. You black from Dominica, you black from Puerto Rico, you black in America, you black Irish, as though in America they seeing a difference. You black mulatto, you in America it's all the same. There is no difference, and we all get treated the same way, whether you light is light, dark is dark. In America, it is just what it is. And these letters goes to show that black people always been here. The blacks were the one who built the mounds. When you look up mound builders, they were the Cherokee Indians said that they were here before they even got here. that the black Indians was already here. That's why you hear the title, "Who is the original man?" The original man is the black man. This is history that's been swept under the rug, but it's not up to others to tell or teach our history. It's actually up to us to dig and find and turn every stone in finding this information, because it gives you a sense of who you are, a sense of pride. It dispels the myth that we contributed nothing to society. Some of the greatest statues, mounds, and as the lady stated in those letters, that these people were more far advanced than the Cherokee Indians and the whites, coming from their own mouth. And we're going to get into later on, as I do more research on the blacks who fought in the Confederate. Some of them were black Indians who fought on the Confederate side, but they were fighting. One was whoever won the war, they were fighting for money and freedom. Some had land and homes that they was fighting for because they felt that the Union armies would come and take their house and their land. So they was fighting to protect their property from coming up north because they were burning crops and whatnot. So, it's a lot of history to be dug up. But, check out the mound. When you research mound builders, and the letter I just read to you all, it's directly tells you that the Indians, they call them the big black Indians, that they were big black and much darker than the Cherokee. They were already here. They were further advanced, but they got conquered by Choctaw and Cherokee Indians. Verbal Pig Radio, we're out.